Welcome to my channel EDU Nursing. Today we are going to have a discussion on the topic of digestive system, which is a basic topic of anatomy and physiology. Before starting the topic, let me remind you about the subscription. If till now you have not subscribed the channel, kindly subscribe the channel and press the bell icon, so whenever I will post a new video, you will get a notification of it. So before starting the topic, I have reminded you there, so I hope you will do it. Now, without wasting the time, we are going to have a look on the topic of digestive system. So, your digestive system is also known as alimentary canal or gastrointestinal tract, or in short form we can say GI tract, that is the gastrointestinal tract. In the gastrointestinal tract there are two canals. First of all, there will be a alimentary canal and next will be accessory digestive organ. Now, alimentary canal are the main structure or main part of your body where actual digestion is going to taken place. Actual digestion process is going to be taken place in your alimentary canal. And second one is accessory digestive organ. Now, what is the meaning of accessory? Now you are wearing accessories, different type of jewelry, different type of makeup you are wearing. Why? To enhance the beauty, to enhance or your beauty and as for your outlook. So like the same way, your accessory organs are helping for the digestion. It enhances your digestion. So that's why it is known as accessory digestive organ. Now your alimentary canal is consist of, that is your main organ, that is consist of mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine and large intestine. Whereas your accessory digestive organ consists of teeth, tongue, gallbladder, salivary gland, liver and pancreas. Slowly we will study about everything. Now, the human digestive tract is a long coiled muscular tube. Now, why it is coiled? Because it is of 9-meter long tract. The food tract which start from your mouth till your anal cavity, it is going to be a 9-meter. That's why it is in the coiled structure and it is a muscular stretchable organ. Why? Because you are not going to have a same amount of food at a time, or else in a different time whenever you are having food, it is not going to, you are not going to have food in a same amount. It can be more, it can be less. So that's why it's supposed to be stretchable. That's why your digestive tract is a muscular organ. Now, how the specialized region where the digestion takes place? First of all, there will, the food processing is going to begin from your mouth. From your mouth, you are going to bite it, you are going to chew it, you are going to mix with the saliva, going to form a bolus. The bolus is going to go in your esophagus and then in the pharynx, not in the larynx, in the pharynx. Okay, remember food F, so pharynx. Then the food going to be having a mechanical and chemical digestion, that is the enzymatic digestion in the stomach. Why? Because in the stomach there is some acid which is HCl, hydrochloric acid, which is present and which is going to mix in your food. So that's why it is an enzymatical digestion is going to be taking place in the stomach. Next, it is going to be go in your small intestine and then large intestine, and the waste product is going to go from the anal canal out. Slowly we will see everything. So this is the main digestive tract which you are having: your oral cavity, salivary gland, tongue, esophagus, pharynx, stomach, pancreas, liver, gallbladder, small intestine, large intestine, rectal and anal canal. Now, how the digestion process is taken place? Your digestive process is taken place in 6 essential activities. With 6 essential activities, your digestion process is going to be taken place. So that we will see. First of all, first will be ingestion, propulsion, mechanical digestion, chemical digestion, absorption and defecation. Now in this image you can see it clearly. First of all, the food is going to be ingest means you are going to take the food inside the mouth, that is the ingestion, eating of the food. Next, there will be a mechanical digestion. In the mechanical digestion, you are going to chew it, okay. In the proplusion, you are going to engulf it, you are going to swallow it. Then there will be a chemical digestion. In the chemical digestion, chemical digestion takes place in the stomach and intestine. Then there will be a absorption, okay. In the absorption, what will happen? In the absorption, whatever important nutrients are there, that is going to be taken out and it is going to be metabolized in the liver. After that, it is going to be defecation. The defecation process means the waste product is going to thrown out of your bodies. So this is the digestive process. This is the same which we have discussed just now. Now, your digestive tract is covered by peritoneum. Peritoneum is a serous membrane which is a covering of your abdomen. This covering is covered by visceral peritoneum and parietal peritoneum. This is the surface for the digestive tract. The abdominal cavity, your full abdominal cavity just below your chest till your pubic bone, that is your abdominal cavity. So this abdominal cavity is fully covered by peritoneum and the cavity is known as peritoneal cavity. The cavity itself known as peritoneal cavity. So this is the transverse section of your peritoneum cavity. Next is mesentery. Mesentery is a double layer which is provided provided to the peritoneum. तुम्हारा जो peritoneum है उसको वो double layered mesenteric wall रहता है. That is a muscular wall which is present on the peritoneum. And vascular and nerve supply which is given to the viscera. Viscera को वो vascular as well as nervous supply also देता है. A mean to hold a digestive organ in place and store fat. Especially the fat is going to be stored above your peritoneum wall. Now the blood supply. Arteries and organs, they are including hepatic artery, which now what do you mean by hepatic? Hepatic means liver. जो liver को blood supply करता है उसको बोलते हैं hepatic. Okay, the thing which is consist of liver के रिलेटेड जो भी चीज़ होती है उसको hepatic बोलते हैं. So arteries which is going to supply to the liver is a hepatic artery, splenic artery, left gastric artery which is going to give supply to spleen, liver and stomach. Now inferior mesenteric and superior mesenteric artery is going to give supply to small intestine and large intestine. Now hepatic portal circulation, it is going to be conduct nutrient rich venous blood from the digestive viscera and it delivers to this blood to the liver and for the metabolism process. जो metabolism process है उसके लिए जो हमें nutrition से enriched जो blood रहता है that is going to be delivered with the help of hepatic portal circulation. So now if we will see one by one part, first of all there will be a mucosa, next there will be a submucosa, mucosic externa and serosa. These are part which are present inside the GI tract. First of all there will be a mucosa. Mucosa is consist of three layers, that is a lining of epithelium, lamina propria and muscularis mucosae. So these are three layers which are present in the mucosa. Your full digestive system is consist of this part, okay, this full layer, that is the mucosa, and उस layer में ये तीन layers होते हैं. So उसका function क्या है? Secretion of mucus. Why mucus is present in the body? To engulf the proper nutrient and provide a proper moisture. Then absorb of end product of the digestion. जो product of a digestion है, that is the mineral and all, that is need to be absorbed, and for that mucosa is present. Protection against the infection disease. These are the lining of epithelial, especially simple columnar epithelial cells are present and globate cells also are present which are helping for the mucosal secretion. Now next is lamina propria. It is a loose areolar and reticular connective tissue and it nourishes the epithelial and it helps to absorb the nutrition. nutrients. Then muscularis mucosa, that is a smooth muscle cell and it produces a local movement of the mucosa. Because of this the alimentary canal is stretchable. Next is submucosa, that is a dense connective tissue connecting elastic fiber. Because of that the elasticity need to be maintained, it is getting maintained. It consists of lymphatic vessel and lymph node as well as nerve. Next is muscularis externa, it is responsible for the segmentation and peristalsis. What is peristalsis? That is the movement of the intestine. That is, next is serosa, it is protective visceral peritoneum and it replaced by the fibrous adventina and in the esophagus. Why it is present there? Because your esophagus need to be engulfed. The esophagus supposed to engulf the food and it is not to be sent to the pharynx. So for that engulfation need to be taken place, for that it is present. So the first organ is mouth, or it is also known as buccal cavity, which is bound by lip, cheek, palate and tongue. Has a oral orifice, you can call it as oral orifice or else buccal cavity or else oral cavity. It is going to be continued with the oropharynx, उसका continuation oropharynx में होता है. To withstand abbreviation, stratified squamous epithelial cells are lined in the mouth and where your gums, hard palate, dorsum, tongues and slightly, that is keratinized. Now these are some parts which are present inside the mouth: your cheeks, lips, upper lip and lower lip, which is known as upper labia and lower labia, labial frontum, that is attached to the gum inside, then hard palate, soft palate, uvula, palatoglossal arch, palatopharyngeal arch. Now in this diagram you can see it in a proper way. Now that is your oral cavity, your tongue, uvula, soft palate, hard palate, palatal arch, palatine dorsal. Then the tonsils will be there. At the posterior side there will be a tonsil that is present in the nasopharynx cavity. Then the oropharynx, in the oropharynx there will be a epiglottis, laryngopharynx, hyoid bone which is present under the like in the posterior surface, and in the inferior surface esophagus and trachea. Okay, so this is your anterior view of oral cavity. First of all we will see about tongue. Now what is the function of tongue? It helps to gripsing or repositioning the food during the chewing. So whenever you are chewing the food, we have to reposition left side, right side. When we are moving the food, we are doing it with the help of tongue. Then mixing the food with the saliva and forming a bolus. Then initiation of the swallowing and speech. These are some important function of tongue. Now superior surface, actually in your exam mostly tongue structure and function of tongue will be asked. So these are some parts of tongue. Filiform, these are some types of papillae, that is the dot. If you can observe your tongue, that is the dot, there some dots are present, so that is known as papillae. So some types of papillae are present, that is a filiform papillae, fungiform papillae and circumvallate papillae. A filiform papillae gives a roughness and provide a friction. A fungiform papillae is scattered widely and which is present over the tongue and give a reddish surface, and circumvallate papillae which is present in the V shape and that is at the back side of the tongue. So here you can see it very properly. This is the in the tip of the tongue there are dorsum of the tongue, and filiform papillae are present at the side. There will be a fungiform papillae, and at the posterior side of the tongue there is circumvallate papillae. Next is a salivary gland, mainly a parotid gland, submandibular gland and sublingual gland. These are the types of salivary glands which are present, which secretes the saliva in a different area of your mouth. That's why your whole mouth is getting covered by the saliva and it is moist. Next is teeth. Now these are the set of permanent teeth which are going to be present in the permanent form. Okay, after falling the milk teeth, these permanent sets of teeth will come. First of all, there will be a incisor teeth which are present in the front side. This is going to come in the 7 years of age permanently. Lateral teeth, this is going to become in the 8 year. Canines will be 11 year. Then again premolar will be 11 year. Then second premolar, that is helping for the chewing. Then molars 6 to 7 years. Secondary molar will be 12 to 13 years, and third molar, which is also known as wisdom teeth, it may come in 17 to 25 age, but it may go beyond 25 years also. So these are some type of teeth. Now we will see a structure of teeth. First of all, there will be a crown. We will see the diagram. This front part, white part, is covered by the enamel, that is known as a enamel. The covering of the that is the first covering of the white color covering of the teeth, that is the teeth enamel. Then a dentine, that is where your supplies are present. Then dental tubules, so that lining, if you can see, that is the dental tubule which are present. Then pulp cavity, it contains a blood vessel. Gingiva, in which the teeth are attached, your neck of the teeth, that is the teeth is attached. And last is root of the teeth. So when somebody has to undergone root canal, whole teeth they are taking out, and in that they are putting the artificial teeth, so that is a root canal. Next is esophagus. It is a muscular tube going from a laryngopharynx to the stomach. It is going to start from the laryngopharynx, it is going to end to the stomach. It travels to the mediasternum and pierces the diaphragm. Diaphragm is an organ, muscular organ, which is present below the lung. So it is going to pierce the diaphragm, and it is going to go in the stomach, and the joint of the stomach at the cardiac orifice. Stomach has a one part, that is the cardiac orifice, that is going to join there. Next part is stomach. This is also important from the exam point of view. Chemical breakdown process, which we have seen, chemical digestion, this is going to be taken place inside the stomach. Stomach has a different part. Cardiac region, that is surrounded by a cardiac orifice. Fundus, that is the dome shaped organ. Body, that is the middle portion. Pyloric region and the pyloric sphincter. Then greater curvature, lesser curvature, lesser omentum, greater omentum, and roof. So this is the main diagram. So if you can see in your left hand side, there will be a fundus. The dome shaped structure is a fundus. Where it is written cardiac, that is the cardiac orifice. Your esophagus is going to attach to the cardiac orifice. These are the layers of muscularis externa, that is in there. On the layer there will be a longitudinal muscle, circular muscle, and oblique muscle. So your head, that is the fundus, on that serosa is present. Then the body, roof, that is the outer structure. Your lesser curvature is inside. Then greater curvature, pyloric antrum, then pyloric canal, pyloric sphincter, and it is going to end to duodenum. Duodenum is the end of the stomach, and cardiac orifice is the beginning of the stomach. Now blood supply. Every organ whichever we are studying, it's supposed to be having a blood supply. Now the blood supply to the stomach will be given by celiac trunk and correspondence veins, that is a hepatic portal system vein. Gastric gland, which are present and secreting the HCl, that is the hydrochloric acid, that is present inside the stomach, that is in the mucosa, and it is the mucous neck cell that secretes the acid mucus to provide a proper moisture and engulf the proper nutrient. And then parietal cell that secretes the HCl, that is the hydrochloric acid. Next is small intestine. As your stomach ends in the duodenum. So the beginning of the small intestine itself will be a duodenum. A duodenum, the small intestine is going to consist of duodenum, jejunum and ileum. These are some parts of your small intestine. It runs from the pyloric sphincter to the ileocecal wall. Your ileocecal wall is going to be present in the intestinal cavity or small intestine. The bile duct remain pancreatic and the main pancreatic duct joined to the duodenum and the hepatopancreatic ampulla. Why it is joining? To absorb a proper nutrient and it is going to send to the liver. So for that this bile duct and pancreatic ducts are attached in the small intestine. If you will see microscopic structure, you can find a villi, which is a finger-like extension of the mucosa, and microvilli, which is a tiny projection and absorptive mucosal cell plasma membrane, where the globate cell and absorptive cells are going to be present, and these cells are going to be having a lymphatic connection, and whatever the important nutrients are present inside the intestine, it is going to be absorbed and it is going to send to the liver. Next is pancreas, which is a first we can say it is an accessory organ. This is also important from the exam point of view. Then the pancreas will be having head, body and tail. Then pancreatic duct and accessory organ like duodenum in smaller. The C-shaped structure, if you can see in the yellow color, that is a head of the pancreas, then the body and tail. The end part is tail, that yellow color end part is tail of the pancreas. Inside that the pancreatic duct will be present and the accessory duct will be present, which empties into the duodenum. Next we will see liver, that is a superficially, that is the liver will be having a 4 lobes, that is a left lobe, right lobe, caudal lobe and quadrant lobe. Left lobe and right lobe present in the anteriorly, and posteriorly we can say caudate and quadrate lobe. These are the lobes which are present in the liver, and main function of liver is to do a metabolism, and liver is the largest gland in your body. Associated structure, these are the associated structure of the liver: lesser omentum, then porta hepatis, this is also present, and the gallbladder. Especially your bile secretion are going to be produced in the gallbladder. Now what is bile? Bile leaves the liver via bile duct. जो bile duct होता है वो liver से आता है, okay, which is fuse into a common hepatic duct, and that hepatic duct fuse into the cystic duct. These are the two types of bile duct which are present. So this is main structure of gallbladder and pancreas. Now hepatocyte. What is hepatocyte? Hepatocytes का function क्या है? What is the exact function of the hepatocyte? वो hepatocytes means your gallbladder, liver and pancreas. The to production of the bile produce करने के लिए, then processing the blood borne nutrient, store of the fat soluble vitamin, जो भी fat soluble vitamin है उसको store करने के लिए, and detoxification. Detoxification means purification. Whenever there are some impurities are present via any type of substance, it can be because of the food, it can be because of the medicine. So to pure that, to filter that, your liver is helping. So that is a function of detoxification. Next is a gallbladder. It is a thin walled green muscular sac which we have seen already in the diagram, which is present at the ventral surface of the liver. Stores and concentrate bile via absorbing a water and ions. Releases the bile via cystic duct and which flow into the bile duct. Next organ is large intestine. It is divided into cecum, appendix, colon, rectum and anal canal. First of all we will see cecum. Now your colon is divided in some parts: ascending colon, hepatic flexor, transverse colon, splenic flexor, descending colon, sigmoid colon. We will see in the diagram. This is the structure of your large intestine. The reddish structure is there, which you can see, that is known as large intestine. So your right colic plexus will be present, then transverse colon. First of all, there will be a ascending colon, then transverse colon, descending colon. Left side there will be a sigmoid colon, then rectum and the anal cavity. Now the transverse colon and sigmoid colon portion anchor via mesenteric called mesocolon. वो जो दोनों का कनेक्शन है उसको बोलते हैं mesocolon. The sigmoid colon is joining to the rectum and the anal canal, which is the last part and where your anal cavity is going to be open. Now what is anus? Internal sphincter, that is a smooth muscle which is an there will be an that it will be having involuntary movement, and external sphincter, that is a skeletal muscle where your voluntary movements are present. Now smooth muscles are present inside, so there will be no control, that is involuntarily there will be no control on the feces. अब अगर मैं नहीं चाहती हूँ कि मेरा फूड आगे जाए, so it is not going to be in my hand, it is involuntary process, but it should not be defecate outside the body, that will be under control with the help of skeletal muscle, that is the voluntary process. So this is your fuller organ which were present, which we have studied till now. So it was the end of the topic. If you have any query related to topic, please tell me in the comment box and I will reply to it surely. If any doubts are there, I am ready to solve it. And one more time I am giving you reminder to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Thank you.